Kia, it's a great idea. Peak Kia.
Hello, my name is Erek Williams. I'm here at Peak Kia and I'm here to show you the new EV6, and a cool feature about it is it'll actually park itself. As you can see here, it'll even steer the wheels for you as well. And this feature is really cool if you're trying to get into a tight spot, don't feel like you're going to be comfortable getting out of the car. This feature will actually help you with parking and whatnot. And as you can tell, it detected it got too close to the car, so it's going to readjust. And again, you hear those beepers going off. It detects it's too close, readjusts again. So you never have to worry about it hitting another vehicle or any objects around it, pretty much. And then once it's backed all the way into the spot, all you have to do is tap your remote start button once, tap it again, and then just lock the car and you are good to go. For this model specifically, it is the wind version. And as you see, if you want to come on down here, they have the redesigned wheels here with the new Kia logo. Cool, awesome function about these wheels is they have sound absorbing functionalities, so that means that less driving noise and a comfortable motor ride experience. With that, you do have your chrome finish down right here. With that also, if you come on back here, you do have the sidewalls here that are pretty cool. I like how they have that new finish there. Coming back over here, you do have this cool redesigned scoop on the side of the frame here. Makes it look a lot more sporty. And speaking of sporty, you do get this cool little spoiler that comes onto the back right here. Also super cool about this new car is you got the LED designed rear lights here, tail lights that come all the way across the trunk there. With that, you do get the redesigned logo for the Kia. With that, you've got your rear diffuser here, all not functional, but it is an electric car, so you don't really need too much functionality with that. Also love the cool redesigned patterns they do got right here. Kind of makes it look like rhinestones or something like that. As you move on back over here, kind of gives it that duck kind of fin there. Cool, makes it look extra sporty and whatnot. Cool about this car too is the door handles. They are kind of with the frame of the car itself. All you do is push the button in to open the door. Pretty cool function there. As you move on down here, it does have an indentation down here on the bottom side skirt, again for that sporty look and whatnot. Also with this car, you are going to be getting the little mud flap tips here. Cool little design there. You're also getting the LED fold-in rearview mirrors. Cool function with this, when you unlock the car, they open up for you. And when you lock the car, they do fold back in for you there. Moving on to the front here, we do have the whole redesigned LED headlights here. These are super cool. These are going to be your driving lights that are on at all times during the day. With that as well, these are all non-functional vents here. As you can tell, it is an electric car, so you don't need any air pushing into the engine bay or whatnot, so it does help with aerodynamics to close off the vents here. You also have your front camera here, and then you also have your cool redesigned scoop here on the front. Again, it just adds to that sporty look, really just makes this car pop in my eyes. Also, to kind of finish off with the color here, the color of this one is gravity blue, kind of a new kind of little design that Kia is doing with their colors. But other than that, this is the middle trim of 3 trims. So generally you're going to start with your light trim. This one's going to be the wind, the middle, and then you got your GT line. To get the all-wheel drive function, you will need to go wind or GT line. If you do the base model light, unfortunately you won't get an all-wheel drive function, but they do come standard rear-wheel drive, so if you are into that, definitely have a function for that as well. You do have a lot of safety sensors and whatnot. With this one, the sensors are so good that if it does detect a pedestrian walking in front of it, it will stop immediately, as you can see here. And before it even hits my leg, it stopped immediately and locked the brakes for me so it didn't make contact. And if you do want to back it up again, all you have to do is tap the backup button. And it'll pretty much back it up into the garage again. As you can tell, it stopped because of the wall, but if you want to override it, all you do is press and hold it to get a little bit closer. All right, now let's check out the inside. So as you get in here, you do have a push button start. You just press that button there. It should start up for you. No combustible engine, so you won't really hear it start up. Pretty much just starts the screens up for you. Let's start with the dual climate zone here. Cool new feature with the EV6. It actually has a dual function here. So it could work as your shortcut buttons or your dual climate. You have your vent speeds here. You have your heat here. You have your sync button here to sync both vents together. Super cool with the new electric cars is they have driver only. This is to save as much energy as possible and to get the most out of your mileage. And let's say you don't want all the vents working in the cabin, you can make it for only the driver vents to work and be functional. But also if you do switch it to the nav or to the shortcut buttons here, as you can tell, you still have your shortcut buttons here for your in-cabin ventilation, your auto climate, and your defroster functions. Notice as well though, when you do press this button, it changes this from your vent speed to your volume. So definitely keep in mind of that if you do have that function changed. Moving on here to the center infotainment system, you do get two 12.3-inch screens. With this one, if you just swipe right here, it is a touch screen. Let's go to the EV settings here. Generally here you'll be able to know how much battery you have in your car at all times, how far it is to the next charging station, and it even gives you a calibrated of how much mileage you would have on if you had your vents on. So that's a pretty cool function there as well. Definitely gives you level charging settings here. You can definitely mess with the settings there for different charging outputs and whatnot. With that, you do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this car. But it will need to be tethered. You do have your USB ports here. This is where it will need to be tethered for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You do have your USB-C charging outlet here. With that function as well, you do get heated and ventilated seats in this car. Functions are right here. You just tap it once for level 3, 2, and then 1. And then you got your heated seats. Also, super cool about this car, you get the heated steering wheel. I'm pretty sure that is offered in the all-wheel drive of these trims. And again, all-wheel drive's only offered in the Wind model and the GT line. You won't get it in the light-based model, unfortunately. With this Model 2, you do get the quiet mode. Cool function about the quiet mode is it cuts the speakers out in the back to 0 and puts the front speakers to 25%. This is good if you have babies in the back or kids in the back sleeping. You just do a one-tap press there and it's on. You just tap it off there. Also moving on here, you do have Kia Connect in this car, so you do have access to this car through your phone. I believe that it will have remote starts, climate control and whatnot, and even function for the heated seats. So it's a cool aspect of Kia and whatnot. We do offer that. Moving on here, you do have your settings for the setup of the vehicle itself. So these are going to be all of your safety settings and whatnot. Cool feature there. You have pretty much, you can change the parking settings or anything pretty much that you would want with that. Over here, if you move on to the left side of the steering wheel, you are going to have your illumination buttons here for the illumination of the screen to see how bright it is and whatnot. You do have your trunk open latch here, your charging port latch there, and then you do have an electronic parking brake in this car. That's the functions are going to be right here, as well as a traction control that you can take on and off. Cool feature about this car that I do want to point out is the regenerative braking. Generally how that works is it's going to use the motor of the car itself, flip it in reverse and use that current, generally kinetic energy, to charge the battery a little bit. And generally how that works is you use these paddle shifters. You can't see because we're not driving right now, but left side will turn it from level 1 all the way up to level 3 or 4, and this one will turn it down to level 1 or whatnot, of whatever you would want. Generally, I would play with the levelage though, because it is a little bit different on the feel. It doesn't use the braking, it actually uses the motor itself to brake. So you definitely would have to gauge that to see how it feels for you. But if you do want to use a cool feature called iPedal, once the regenerative braking is in level 3, you press and hold the left paddle and it'll indicate on your dash that iPedal is activated. And generally you will stop and brake with just the pedal. So if you're on the pedal, you're going. If you're completely off the pedal, you are at a complete stop. So it is a little bit of a different feel there as well. New technology with this car. I know it's great for stop and go traffic. So definitely check that out. It's a cool little aspect as well. Moving on here, you do have your drive modes in this car. This one is the all-wheel drive model, so you do get the snow option. To activate snow mode, you just press and hold drive mode. Now you're in snow mode. Pretty much the difference with that is with the all-wheel drive system, we are, I believe, a 70-40 front-wheel drive biased, or rear-wheel drive bias, sorry, with the EV6s. but with that snow mode on, it is going to be a 50-50 split. So definitely recommend that with the more severe weather. Cool about the EV6 too, you definitely get unlimited access to all your cameras. You just press this button here and you will be able to see all of your camera views. You do get a 360 monitor view here. You can definitely change the view of the car so you can see it from an outside perspective if you like. And then you definitely have setting options if you don't want those lines or whatnot in the picture of your parking. That's a cool little feature there as well. So you'll definitely have options for checking out your cameras. Cool new shifter gear here. It's just left to go reverse, right to go drive, center for neutral, push the button for park. Pretty simple there. Auto hold, pretty much you have auto hold on. You'll know it's on when it has the white symbol here on the dash. And generally it's not on yet, but when it's green, that means it's activated. And cool with Kias is with the auto hold braking, all you have to do is press the gas. You never have to press the button again, and it'll automatically disengage that auto hold for you. But other than that, plenty of cargo space in this car. You do get a wireless charger as well with a vent. Cool feature there. If your phone does overheat or whatnot, you do get that vent to cool it off. Plenty of storage in here. You can put your Skittles in there, maybe some mints if you're going on a cool date. You got cool little cup holders here. And then also with this, you get the folding mirror function button. You just press that button and it'll fold them in for you. With this car too, you get seat memory. How that works is you adjust the seat to what you would like, and then you just press and hold the button, and then it'll save that seat setting, as you can see here, to what it is right now. And then generally if I want to move it, I can, and if I want to go back to that memory, I just press that button right there. Cool little thing about this too is the steering wheel. I really like it. Looks not too complex, more simple. I like that. Simple's better. You're going to get your cruise control functions on the car on this side, as well as your volume controls on this side. And then this one's cool. It has your highway lane assist version 2 for Kia. Generally with the older versions, it kind of keeps you in the lane, but it'll bob you side to side. With this one, it's going to keep you right in the middle of the lane, so you're not bobbing side to side, so you can also get the most out of your range. Cool with this car, you do get the radar highway assist as well, so it's going to pretty much detect the speed of the car in front of you and match their speed, so you're never getting too close to them or too far away from them. And again, you can always adjust the speeds for your cruise control right here. But that pretty much totals the front. Let's check out the space in the back. Cool feature about the EV6 as well is you do get the option to open the rear latch with just the key fob itself. You just press and hold the button here and it'll open up for you. It is power lifted as well. Cool feature there. But let's say you have a garage and you don't want it to go as high as it is right now. You can adjust the height of it. All you do is just lower it to where you would like. You press and hold the button here, wait for it to beep. And now it's saved to that setting there, so it'll always lift to that height. Cool little feature there if you do got a low hanging garage so that you don't bump your nice paint here. Moving on to the inside of the interior here, you do get some cargo space down here. Cool little area here. You got your tire mobility kit. You also got your little charging port here. Also cool function is you do get the seat latches right here. You just pull this and they fold right down for you. It is a 60-40 split there, but again, you got great cargo space back here. Also comes standard with weather mats right here. Other than that though, you do get a charging port back here as well, little 12 volts, so if you do want to plug something in for the camping or whatnot, you can do that right there as well. And to close it, you just press the button down right here and it closes up for you. As you can see here, plenty of space. I have the seat adjusted for me in the driver's seat. I'm 6'1", and as you can see, I have around like 5 inches of knee room. Plenty of headspace here. You do get your little touch lights there. I got some plastic on them right now, so they're not really working there. But with that, what's super cool about these seats too is they do recline for you. So you just press on back here, and I'm pretty reclined here, and this is actually very comfortable. Also get little pockets here if you want to put some notebooks or maybe some papers. Super cool about the EV6 that I just think is awesome, that all cars should do it, is the pillar vents. Instead of having the vents right here on your knees, or even the vents under the seats, or even all in the front, you now have them right on the pillars here with adjustables, so you always get that nice air or even that warm heater in the winter, and always have a comfortable ride in the back seat for the EV6. So definitely 10 out of 10 for backseat riders for the EV6 for sure. I'm Erek Williams, this is the EV6, and thank you so much for watching the video. And again, always remember, at Pete Kia, it's a great idea.
Pete Kia, it's a great idea. Pete Kia.